wear them down.
Down.
Don't seduce them,
No,
you
no.
wear them down.
Wear them down.
Yeah.
Need years. No, actually, I don't think I've ever done that.
Time will change everything. That's my slogan. Just give enough time as long as it could. People will change mine.
Okay. Let's go for it. I think I remember most of it, but I might need to look at some parts. Hello, everyone. For me, it's quite funny to be doing stand-up in this venue. Last year when I was here, the events I was going to were play parties. One of the play parties I went to was Dirty Talk themed, which I personally love. Where there was exercises, and we were all divided into groups. And there was 2 men and 2 women in each group. When it was the other guy's turn, he didn't want me physically involved, but he had an appreciation for my Dirty Talk skills that evening. So he asked would I narrate whilst it was his turn. So I'll give you guys a little snippet now. You have to promise not to get too excited. We're going to you talks in particular. Dirty devil, yeah. Michelle bites Sebastian's neck. Sebastian moans in ecstasy. Elizabeth begins to unbutton Sebastian's shirt, button by button, revealing his rock-hard abs. Sebastian has never felt so alive. The weapon in his pants grows and grows and grows. The detox he's been doing in Ananda has really been working. If anyone would like to hire me, I'm available for private hire. Just a little snippet there of what I do. Whilst that did happen, the names are not real. For I'm terrible at remembering names. Every time I meet a new person or a new group of people, I get anxious because there's no fucking way I'm going to remember their names. I haven't given my disability a name. It's called name-amnesia. It's a combination of name and amnesia. Feel free to borrow it. The worst part of this disability is that I always seem to befriend other name-amnesia sufferers. So we're just a group of people who and we don't know each other's names. It was actually how I met my last girlfriend in Ireland. I went to a career open day with my father from moral support. He was there for moral support. We did an introduction, and then immediately I knew I had forgotten everyone's name. That common problem occurring. So I saw her, and I thought she might be cool, and she might help me out. So I was like, psst, psst. She was like, what? What's his name? She was like, isn't that your father? Oh, what did people want to be when they grew up?
Astronaut.
Astronaut. Wow. What was it about being an astronaut that appealed to you?
You can drop bombs.
You can drop bombs.
Nuclear bombs.
Nuclear bombs. Just a little bit of destruction. Fair. I think you might have been born on the wrong timeline. America in 1945 needs you. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a lawyer, but as soon as I heard about how much work there was to become a lawyer, I gave up even at 11, I think it was. But now when I grow up, I want to be a dictator. And I want to name every man, woman, and child Alan. Because then, at least there's less of a chance of me forgetting their names. And even if I do, like, who the fuck's gonna call me out on it? I'm a fucking dictator. What are you gonna do? I'm a little disappointed in the musicians in the room. There's no songs with Alan in the title. So that would be the second thing I would do as a dictator. I've actually been working on a little snippet of a song that I will share with you guys now, in case anyone gets inspired. Alan is a great man, he has a great tan. Watch out for his little fan. He cannot take over Japan, that's why he's in Jordan. He's the leader of our clan. Thank you. Feel free to borrow it if anyone got inspired. Message me after. It's very popular for dictators to have celebrity friends. Kim Jong-un has Dennis Rodman, a famous basketball player from the 90s. Vladimir Putin has Steven Seagal. a movie star in America. The Chinese president doesn't actually have any celebrity friends, so I'm kind of wondering how that's possible. Maybe it's something similar, like simple, like he has bad body odor or something, and he's a dictator, so everyone's just too afraid to tell him. And I also went through similar body odor issues as a teenager, so President Z, if you're out there listening, you know, check under your armpits, you might smell, and then you can have friends.
Asian don't smell.
What?
And their skin is smooth as dolphin.
There you go, you have it here first. Currently I'm waiting to meet a woman called Alan. I'd see her on Tinder. We wouldn't match immediately, but one evening I'd get a notification saying, "You've matched with Alan." After a few months of dating, we'd get engaged, get married in Venice, honeymoon in Copenhagen, buy a house with a white picket fence, get a dog, name him Alan, have a boy and a girl, and we'd name them, anyone?
Alan.
Oh my god. Can you imagine how confusing it would be to have 5 people in the same house called Alan? I'm just trying to get someone to the kitchen. Alan, I need to speak to you. Yes, darling. No, honey, not you. I'm just looking for little Alan. Alan! Yes, father. No, my little princess. Not you either. I was looking for your brother. Alan! Ooh!
Woof woof.
Woof woof. Exactly. Has anyone ever started an introduction and then realized you've completely forgotten the name? That happened to me in my... If nobody says anything, skip on.
Yeah, we have this
Oh,
experience.
has it? Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
What's your name again? Sorry.
What was it? Yes, so that actually happened to me in my first year of university. After 12 years in an all-boys Irish Catholic school, I've decided that maybe some interactions with the opposite sex might be nice, so I thought the Drama Society might be a good place to do it. And there she was, the most beautiful woman in the world, potentially the love of my life had things not gone wrong. One day after practice, a friend came over to see if we wanted to go for lunch and start an introduction and to be introduced, and I said, "Hey, this is Rob," and then immediately just forgot her name and just didn't say anything and just kind of was in this frozen motion until she said her own name. "It's Alan." Sometimes I wonder what she's up to. But thanks to Facebook, I actually do know. She has 3 kids from 3 different fathers, has been divorced twice, but knows her Prince Charming is out there somewhere. It's not me. If anyone's looking for me, it's not me. Does anyone have any tricks for remembering names?
Rhyming.
Rhyming. I haven't heard that one. That's a good one. I thought I had tried everything, but apparently I have not. I've tried repeating the name, but that's just like the process that I go through before I forget the name. Like the foreplay before the climax, that is forgetting the name. They say write the name down. I tried like writing it on my phone, like I've just met the person and then I kind of feel rude, like taking out my phone and like, just give me a second. So that has not worked. I googled something to try see would that help, could I get any help, and like stumbled across an article by Bustle magazine. I don't know if anyone is familiar with that. It gave reasons why I cannot remember their names by Carolyn Steiber. I won't bore you with all 11 reasons, but I will go through the ones that I think were actually funny. They may not have been important to you in that moment. just meeting people who aren't important to you. Your brain was too busy. Where were you? Oh, sorry. Did you need me? Yeah, I was meeting people and you just left me hanging. Shit. Their name was incredibly common. I love that. Put it on them. You know, it's not your fault that you're forgetting things. It's their fucking parents, you know. How dare you pick such a common name 20 years ago or something? Setting me up to fail. I like this. You secretly really didn't like them. 3 reallys. 3 reallys. That's nice. And then, as you can see, it's been pretty casual up till now. And then they just drop this bomb in at the end. You may have the early signs of dementia. What? And then in the first paragraph, it's like, but don't jump to conclusions. It's like, what? You just fucking threw the dementia out there, and now you're like throwing a grenade out there. Fucking hell. And then at the end, she's like, she completely changes her. She's like, just giving up on being nice and says, use it or lose it. When talking about dementia, that's hardly the attitude I would take. They say link the name to an attribute. A facial trait, or something about the person. So I tried it with the last group of people I met. John had a guitar, so that was easy. Paul sang. George was on bass, and Ringo was on drums. Yeah, it's a Beatles joke. I suppose you're all fucking Rolling Stones fans, are you? Ooh, Mick Jagger, fuck off. No, but I actually did try this when I came to the island. The first guy I met was Max. Max wore no shoes, so I was like, okay, no shoes, Max. The second person I met on the island was Valerie, and Valerie also wore no shoes. You're kind of ruining my system here, but Valerie's a girl, Max is a guy. Okay, we can work this. And the third person I met on this island was Pete, and wouldn't you know it, Pete also wore no shoes, but Pete had no feet, so that wasn't entirely his fault. It's a joke. If that didn't go down too well, Pete did have feet, don't worry. He just didn't have any hands, but gloves are harder to work with on this island. How great is it when you remember the name? I love remembering the name. I used the system and it worked. I met a guy called Victor. Victor was from Norway. Norway have Vikings. Victor the Viking. So I see Victor on the beach one day and I excitedly say his name. He's like, actually I'm going by Sashi now. Fuck's sake. Just because you quit your 9-to-5 job, moved to Thailand, did a Kambo ceremony and got felt up by a shaman doesn't mean you've qualified to change your name. Some fucking people. Now I've avoided talking about this up till now, about COVID, and how similar it is to getting chlamydia. I've had both, and when you have to tell people that you have it, the phone call is so similar. Another reason they're so similar is because Bill Gates, the Illuminati, and the Jewish people conspired to create chlamydia as a way to control us. Bad, Bill. Very bad. Illuminati? Oh, no. Very bad. Jewish people, you're the worst as well. Hey, Bill, no back chat. No PC for a week. That's what happens to you. Hey, you know the way I said I didn't have it? Yeah, well I just found out I do. Yeah, it's embarrassing for me too. Yes, I wore protection. Yes, I got the right size. I know it's small, but I got the right size. No. No, I'm not getting into big group things without any protection. I don't know, maybe it slipped off at one stage and I didn't notice. Well, let's not pretend it doesn't feel better. And then, of course, there's always the chance that they actually gave it to you and you were just the more careful person. So, what have you been up to lately? Oh. No, I'm not accusing you of anything. No, I was just curious about your life. Who's Michael? I'm really bad at remembering names. Oh, he's your dad, is he? Oh, I did sleep with him. Thank you.
Ooh.